How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs. Today, we're looking at a brand new piece of gear for flushing our black tanks. The task that nobody likes doing, but everybody loves to talk about it around the campfire. The idea is usually, how do I get my black tanks clean and flush and not have any mistakes? No mess. That's exactly what this little device is for. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So this new invention that we're going to be reviewing today is called Flush Safe, and their target is to be the safest, most reliable, accurate way to be able to flush out your black tank and not have any mistakes. So that's exactly what we're going to test out. We're going to see how well it does, how accurate it is, and can it live up to what it claims. Now, to get it out of the way, they did send me this unit. It is not sponsored by them. I do have an affiliate link. This video is actually going to be sponsored by Liquified. But let's take a look at what this does and the problems that it's trying to solve. This is a metered non-electric, so there's no electricity, no batteries to replace, metered device for water. So you have different settings up here on the top. So you have 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 60 gallons. And it's going to meter the amount of gallons that are going through here and then shut it off, turn it off completely automatically. I should also note that this is a pre-production unit. So this one is 3D printed. The ones that they have coming out are a mold injection. So they're going to be a higher quality, a little bit better than this 3D printed one. They did warn me that this might leak a little bit. You can even see on here that the threads, because of the 3D printing, are not exactly what it's going to be for the mold injected. So if you see a little bit of a leak, that's because it's a pre-production. But let's get to the test. We're gonna test flushing the black tank a couple of times, but first, let's get this connected to a hose and see just how accurate this dial is on top. Because if it works, it's a huge safety net to make sure that you don't overflow your black tank and have that black tank water coming out of the top of the RV or from the toilet from overfilling it. And I'm going to use this Save a Drop meter to test the accuracy of this unit. I've had this for a long time. It's done a great job. It's how I've made sure that I don't overflow my black tank in the past. And for me, it works great, but you still have to make sure that you pay attention to it. A lot of other people will set a timer. The thing is, you never know what your water pressure is and what the flow is. So you may not know all the time how much water you've actually put in there if you're just doing it based off of time. So while those are things that you can do, their product is to do this in a more accurate way. So let's continue. So the way this works is we just turn this dial on top till the gallons that we want it to deliver. Then you turn the water on. You can actually see that dial moving around as it goes because this is mechanical, not electronic, and then turns off once it hits 0. Okay, first test for accuracy is a 10 out of 10. I asked for 10 gallons, got 10 gallons. We'll continue to have this on there for the other tests that we're doing for this review, but not bad. 10 gallons, 10.1. Okay, we got some storms rolling in, but time for the real deal. Let's actually flush the tanks. We're going to do it in 2 different ways. The first way is going to be using our tank flush system on the RV. Because we know flushing out the tanks is one of the best things we can do for our black tanks by closing that valve, filling it up, and then emptying it 1 or 2 more times. We also use plenty of water, but I also prefer to use Liquified. I switched to them before they became a sponsor because they attack it in a handful of different ways. The enzymes, the bacteria, their surfactant soap to make sure things don't stick to the walls. Of course, it comes in 2 cents. And the fact that you can lubricate the inside of your valves by using Liquified, which I don't think a lot of people know about, but they mentioned it in their factory tour when they were talking about everything that's packed into it. But one of my favorite things is actually the bottle, the way that it dispenses. I don't have a scoop. I don't need another cup to measure. I'm not waiting for anything to dissolve. It's all self-contained, so I can measure exactly what I need for my size tank and pour that additive in. There's going to be a link down in the description and in that first comment because they're also still doing an RV giveaway. So if you want to be entered in that giveaway, check out that link, go to their website, get some Liquified to get entered. Thank you, Liquified, for sponsoring this video. But now it looks like our first flush is almost done. There we go, awful close, 19 gallons. It did exactly what we were hoping for. It would not have overflowed the tank and shut itself off. Now let's do the other way. If you don't have a tank flush on your RV, to still be able to flush that tank, we're going to use this to be able to push that water back in there. We have a valve that we're going to put on this side to be able to stop that water from flowing right out of it. They make that combination all in one unit. I'm going to put links down in the description to everything that we're talking about, but let's get it set up and flush this way, just so you can see the 2 ways to be able to use this. It's way more simple if you have the all-in-one unit, but this way we have the elbow, we have that valve at the bottom, and then we can connect our drain hose, and then we're gonna have an anti-siphon here that connects into the elbow, and then our hose that's gonna be fed from the new flush safe. We close that valve, and then when we turn on the flush safe, and again, I put the settings on around 25 gallons, it's going to put that water into our black tank so that we can flush it out again. And it was 24.6 in the end. So I have to say I'm pretty impressed. I think they came up with a great idea. I think there's going to be people out there that want to have this to avoid the problem of overfilling their black tank when they're flushing it out. And I think this does it very well and accurately. I like that it's no electronics, there's no battery, it's all mechanics. So it's basically going to be gears in there that the water is turning. So it's metering the gallons that are going through and then shutting it off at the interval that you wanted. I almost forgot to mention the price. It starts at 80 bucks, but they do have a couple of deals going on. It's not cheap, but I like this idea. I know there's other workarounds. You can set a timer, you can use this little meter to watch it, but all those things have their ability to miss when you actually hit that limit and the potential to overflow. So I do think there are going to be RVers out there that want to have this protection when flushing their tank. A few other details that I kind of dug into about their company. They are veteran owned. They are assembled in America, and calling and talking to them, the guy that just founded and started this thing up, I really do hope they succeed. So I know I said I have an affiliate link. I don't care if you use the affiliate link, if you just want to go directly to their website, or if there's somebody else that you want to support that has an affiliate link out there, go use their affiliate link to check them out. But I really do wish FlushSafe a successful future. I like what they're coming out with. They do have a special promotion. I think today, the day that I'm recording it and publishing it, might be the last day that they have their pre-order sales going on, so you can get a little bit off on that. But then they do also have an introductory offer. I think it's, let me check the email. It's April 17th to May 16th. They have a promotion where if you put in launch 10, you can save some money. It's $10 off. I know this won't be for every RVer wanting to spend money on something like this, but I think they'll definitely fit a niche. So anyways, I think that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, seeing what this new little invention is all about, what they're accomplishing, how to use it, and kind of the details around it. So I hope that it helped you out in some way. So as always, if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video. Take care.